5 Strategies of Tech Advisory. Welcome to Tech Advisory of Today. The process marketplace is probably more potent than it's ever been earlier than. There are all sorts of testimonies of humans quitting their jobs and the remarkable resignation best to land a miles better paying process because there's a large scarcity of skills that spans many industries. So right here are the 5 strategies. Number 1. Strong mindset. The first aspect you'll want is the proper attitude. Getting a high-paying process in tech is tough. Visit a boot camp for some weeks and at once after you're making $100,000. In that manner, you'll want to use a minimum of 520 jobs and be rejected from each person. They understand it's a grind, and also you need to have the identical attitude while going into yourself independently. However, on the bright side, it's possible in case your painting's tough at it and be given the reality which you're likely going to, should face quite a few rejections earlier than you subsequently do land a process. It roughly took a year. Resourcefulness is the practical use of a creative mind to take care of an issue or take advantage of an open door. It comes from gathering important information, converging into that collected new information, and afterward leading a decided quest for potential outcomes. Number 2. Location matters. Now let's flow directly to method 2. Stay inside the United States, particularly in New York City, the Bay Area, or Seattle. In the 2021 Stack Overflow survey, the median earnings for engineers are nicely underneath $100K inside the United States, even though it jumps as much as approximately $130K. The location should help the organization's image, offer closeness to the two clients and providers, and advance the upper hand inside the market. The area technique for an individual work capacity should constantly start with long-haul business goals. Number 3. Twitter Game Master. Many things you may know and start today. In Method 3, we can study Twitter. There's an entire culture accessible known as Tech Twitter, and I've seen lots of humans land a process certainly with the aid of using a fee to the Tech Twitter community. There are quite easy components for developing a Twitter account. To begin, observe the influential humans you need to be employed with the aid of using, then create a completely transparent profile. You're on an adventure to land your first process in tech. Then you may begin responding to different humans' tweets with encouragement and positivity. Clients on Twitter tweet pictures 361% more than they tweet videos. Even more intriguing is to take a gander at the number of top choices and retweets. Photos will quite often get 128% more retweets than recordings. However, recordings get 49% more favor than pictures. Number 4. Connect on LinkedIn. Now that you understand how Twitter works, let's flow into the method for LinkedIn. There are lots of recruiters on LinkedIn who assist you in getting a process in tech. However, keep in mind, Bob doesn't have any connections in tech, but so how does he even begin out with LinkedIn? The following are 6 stages to thinking up a systems administration technique that you can use on LinkedIn or your next in-person organizing action. Characterize your systems administration objective. Characterize your optimal associations. Could you at any point track down a warm reference? Where is your ideal association organization? Research their organization page on LinkedIn. Step-by-step instructions to begin a discussion on LinkedIn. Number 5. GitHub. Now that you have your LinkedIn community going, we will speak about the Maximum Critical Social web page on GitHub as a self-taught programmer. There are 5 standards you ought to stick to guarantee you keep up with great code. Any code in the primary branch ought to be deployable. Commit new work to your nearby offices and routinely push work to the remote. To demand criticism or help, or when you think your work is prepared to converge into the principal branch, open a draw demand. After your work or element has been explored and supported, it may be converted into the primary branch. When your work has been converged into the fundamental branch, it should be conveyed right away. Don't forget to follow us at Tech Advisory.